Hey guys, welcome back to another gameplay video on the Tressa's Collectibles channel. My name is Mike, and joining me today is Randall.
Yep.
And this is going to be game 2 of our gameplay feature, featuring the level 1 John choice into the level 3 Blake RWBY deck. And then I'm going to be playing against the good old...
ever prevalent Date Alive.
No, as long as we're playing in the English format, that is going to be a relevant deck that you will come across in your games. So we'll see how this matchup goes.
Yep.
And just a reminder, this particular list does run 5-3 in terms of climax spread. So I run 4 of the level 1 choice, 1 empty choice, and then 3 of the level 3 pants. So just a bit of a couple of thoughts before we start, I guess. The Data Live level 0 game doesn't really have many things that can deny my Wukong from reversing. So I think I'll be able to play pretty aggressively on that front. But then once he gets up his board, I might have a bit of trouble dealing with all of the power that and the board swapping that he can do with the likes of 1-1 Yoshino and the 2-2 Toka. But hopefully it should go alright, as my level 3 endgame does boast quite a bit of power.
You also have a pretty good level 1 tool in Glinda, if you are able to grab that, because she can get really high power, especially in combination with the bust
level
from John.
1 John. Right. No, it's not uncommon for this particular deck for the Glinda to be able to reach the likes of 12, 13, 14k. So I think the key here will be whether or not you can find Yoshino to be able to save your high priority targets, so you can get the reverses on my Glinda, and maybe I can't get a reverse on your 2-2 Toka on the way back. We'll see how this goes.
Maybe this time I won't draw 4
climaxes and play and then have a total of like 8 climax combos. Kurumi effects go off in one game.
Yep.
Right. Okay, you'll be going first.
In that particular game, I used every single ability of Kurumi except the on-play heal. Every single Kurumi just came from waiting room. Okay. Okay, how greedy can I be here with this opening? I think I have to be super omega greedy. So we're gonna discard these 2.
Okay. On my end, so there's a couple of things I'm thinking about right now. The first line of thought is discard 4. These 4 cards on my left-hand side, with the intention of just trying to draw into my level 1 climax combos and Johns and zeros and stuff. But I also do have consideration for holding this, just because I think it's a pretty good card in the matchup, and discarding these other 3. I think that's kind of like a more conservative line, but I also am of the thought that I think my mulligan game should just be hard mulling for choice at all times. And I think even though I think the Glinda has really good value in this matchup, I'm still going to conform to that principle of just, if it's not a climax, I don't want to see it. So I'm going to discard 4.
Sure.
Okay.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, let's go.
Draw for turn. We're going to clock level 3 Kurumi, draw 2. And we're going to start with a drop salvage and use her on-play effect to top check to rearrange. Okay. Put it like that. And, do I actually want to play anything else here? I think I am just gonna take the opportunity to just get an extra standby out of my hand.
Okay, so this indicates to me that he has multiple standbys.
Maybe. Alright, and then we'll direct for 2.
Maybe. 1, 2. 2 is good. Alright, draw for turn. Gonna go ahead and clock my level 3 Salem. Not gonna need this card. Okay, so despite our hard mull, we did not mull into a Wukong, which is sad. The games where I get Wukong and the games where I don't get Wukong are honestly very polarizing and different, so this will be a good time to showcase what games look like when I don't have Wukong. That being said, I feel like this Amber is also just like a free attack that he can't really deal with very easily.
You need Pura? Or...
Oh, this Amber in my hand.
Oh.
So there's consideration of just attacking twice here with the Amber, but I think we can probably just take it slow. Amber also just does have a good on-play effect next turn with the 1-stock I'll be generating. Alright, let's just take it slow then. I'll go ahead and front, and that's for 1.
And that's a cancel.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Alright, stand and draw. I'm going to go ahead and clock another Chromie.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to draw 2. Alright, we're getting some good stuff now. That opening mulligan greed, I think, is going to pay off quite nicely.
Oh, you love to hear it when greed pays off.
Yeah, so we're going to start with Toka level 0.
Mm-hmm.
And between her 2 effects, I'm going to use the top check add first. So add, and then I'm just going to discard that counter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use her second effect, discarding 1/1 to draw a card. Okay. Okay. Off the back of that, we did see 2 cleans, so maybe there's an increased chance we hit this brainstorm. So
get that brainstorm 6 in there, essentially.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do a brainstorm. Okay. And
there we go.
Got a hit. So I can now search my deck for 1 character, and I need to think about what I should be preparing for later stages of the game. I think... So my consideration right now is the Kotori level 0, but also the Toka level 1. I think either of these are a pretty good choice.
Mm-hmm. Especially since your brainstorm, you did mill 2 of the level 1 Toka already.
Yeah.
So that would be the last copy for hard playing.
Mm-hmm. At the same time, though, I am in a position where I'm already out 3 climaxes here, and then some number of climaxes in my hand, as Mike has deduced. So the Kotori is gonna help me mill a bit.
Mm-hmm. Generate you more stock. Also, is just a body on the board, so you don't get directed for as much damage, and then she'll also help you mill an extra 4 cards.
Yeah,
I think that's a very, very reasonable search. There you go.
Yeah. So with that in mind, we can play our Kotori, and
I wonder if he's debating standbying out the 1/1 in the front row.
I'm debating attacking once. I know you have Amber in hand.
Yep.
I don't know if I want to attack you twice to allow you to just go straight to 1.
Level 1, potentially.
But you also said you didn't draw the climax. This is something I wouldn't know, obviously, but it's definitely a consideration for me right now.
Right. I think based on... Because we've played a couple... Randall has seen me play this deck before, and the fact that I've only attacked once with this deck on going turn 2 is probably pretty indicative of several things. So, see what Randall does in response to my one attack turn.
Yeah. That being said, the Kotori is guaranteed to die on his upcoming turn anyway if he does have an Amber. Again, I wouldn't know that, but we'll just go with a little bit of an experimental line, I think. So I'm going to play the standby, bouncing this to give 1k cross turn to the Kotori, and then we will bring out the Kurumi.
So, what if you trigger? It is what it is?
Then I trigger.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll front 1k power to herself.
Alright, so that she's what, 3/5?
Yeah, and this is for 1.
Cancel. Okay, on reverse, Pyrrha activates. She has 2 on reverse effects. I'll activate her mill 3. I can top check up to the top 3 cards of my deck and add anything, add any remnant I see, and then discard a card. Go ahead and add the Wukong, and I'll discard let's discard a Neo, and then I'll activate her second on reverse effect. If I have 2 or less memory, when she's reversed, I can just send her to memory for free.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, draw for turn.
Yeah, I think developing the 1/1 Kurumi is going to be better for my field economy in the long run. So think it's probably fine rather than standby to back row.
Going through the processes in my head, but unfortunately, I don't think I can contest a 7-5 at level 0. I get very close, but I don't think I can do it. Honestly, at this rate, he's probably going to be refreshing pretty well. Because he's only at 0-2. And then he's going to get an extra, basically, he's going to get the middle 4 off the Kotori, and then he's also going to brainstorm next turn. I don't think I'm going to be able to punish him very well this turn. Or this game. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, let's double check real quick. One, two.
Sounds like you're going to be plussing a lot this turn.
1, 2. The consideration I'm having right now is whether or not I want to clog this card or this card. If I clog this card, I'm playing this. If I clog this, then we're going with a different line completely. Given that, Rent, you're 4 out right now?
Yep.
4 out. And judging by the way he's been very aggressively playing climaxes, I reckon he probably has 1 more. Do I play a climax this turn? That's the big question. If I don't play a climax, he's probably still going to be at level 0. Which is... okay. If he gets to level 1 before I do, with 1 stock, what can he do with 1 stock? He can play Yoshino, play a standby. That can be pretty rough for me. And he didn't search the 1-0 Toka. He's 2 out of the 1-0 Toka. Alright, let's go with I think, the safe... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Play. Salvage. Triple. Let's just go with clocking the climax. Draw 2. Okay, glad we did that. Good cards for sure. Alright, first we're going to play our Amber. I'm going to go ahead and activate her effect on play, pay 1, clock myself. I'll grab the Zwei. And then I'm also just going to go ahead and play the Zwei. On play, mill 2. If there's a climax mode, I get to search my deck, but nothing happens. And then I'm also going to play Wukong. There's the boy. On play, if I have another remnant, he gets 2k for the turn.
And even if you didn't play a climax, your damage potential here is 6, unless you side middle, I guess.
Right. But I think I'm going to play climax anyways.
Okay. Cards in hand?
6. Just because I have 6.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's... I might get punished for pushing him to level 1, but honestly, he might get hit to level 1 anyways. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. Go ahead and I'm going to play the 1k1. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and direct. 4-3.
1, 2, 3. Take.
Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and front with my Wukong. 4-3.
1, 2, 3. Level up. So I have blue incoming. We're going to go ahead and just level red. Best target pretty much is the 1-1, since now that we're at level 1, we can just start standbying out bigger things like 2-2s.
Okay, Sun Wukong reverses. I'm going to activate his on reverse effect. Pay 1, clock myself. And top check up to 2. And then add up to Remnant. So I'll add double Nora.
I was just thinking, he didn't play it back, or maybe he doesn't have Brainstorm.
Oh, there they are.
Suddenly 2 Brainstorm.
Yep. Alright. And I'll just try to front here for more damage. For 3.
1, 2, cancel.
Okay. My Amber is reversed, and your go.
Alright, I'll use Kotori's on death effect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to discard the early play heal.
Yeah.
And we're going to go looking for a level 1 or higher. All level 1 or higher, except for that Climax, but it wasn't the card I was looking for. Obviously, I was looking for
the level 1 Toka.
So I think what we're going to do here is grab a Kotori, add it to hand, and then we're going to go with the plan of clocking this now so that when we hit level 2, it'll drop into our waiting room, and then we can standby it out potentially at level 2.
Cool.
So
solid plan.
Stand and draw. And clocking that, drawing 2 cards. Very interesting 2 cards to draw, because this basically sets my entire plan for this turn in stone, I think. Yeah, so, let's see. Our back row is going to be playing these 2, plus whatever else I play. So, let's see. So we're going to move this here, put this here. I'm going to use the Shido effect.
Okay.
Paying 1, sacking himself to look it up to 4.
Yeah, he does that instead of the Brainstorm, because he probably knows that he can just get better targets here with the Shido over the limited selection of a Brainstorm, plus there is no guarantee that he can even hit a Brainstorm. Plus, he probably wants to open up the back row for space anyways.
Well, I mean, the other consideration is that I just use the Shido as an attacker, right? So.
Right. I think milling here is also just pretty premium right now.
Times like this, I kind of wish Kotori was just a tiny bit lower power. Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, sometimes in Weiss, being bigger isn't necessarily always better.
I think I am going to take the Kotori, though.
Okay.
So we will play her. And then I drew it.
Ah, he has it.
And I'll play a Brainstorm. And yeah, I am just going to play Standby here.
Okay.
Bouncing the 0/0 Toka, and I'm going to buff the Kurumi.
Sounds good.
And then with the Standby, we'll bring out the good old 2/2. And it's go time. So I'm gonna... Order doesn't really matter here, I think. Yeah. Order, I don't think matters. So I'm going to front here, and I'm going to give power here.
Okay.
Because I want her to die.
Okay.
So she will be just smaller. You can keep your...
My dog! It lives!
For 1.
1 is good. Oh, my another John. Level? I'll level Wukong.
Okay. And then front attack here for 2.
Okay. 1, 2. 2 is good.
And then a direct here for 3.
1, 2, 3. 3's good.
Pretty good damage done. You're out 3 Johns.
Those are definitely Johns there.
Yeah. So I'll use Kotori's on death ability.
Yep.
And my discard is going to be... I think I will discard... I have like 2 considerations. I think I am just going to discard the last Climax.
Okay.
And then we're going to look at 4. And off of that... So obviously my only 2 valid choices are these 2. I think I'll take the Kotori.
Sounds good. Okay, can I check waiting?
Yeah.
Alright, let's take a gander. So he's going back with 8. He's got... Let's see... Checking for refresh counter, of which there are 2 here. Checking for the level 1 Yoshino, of which there's 1 here. If he didn't take it, maybe he has 1? We'll see. And then 4 level 3 Kurumis. Alright, that's good enough for me.
Yep. And then at the start of your turn, I'm going to give 1500 power here with the 1-0 Toka.
So that's 10k?
Yep.
Okay, draw for turn. Alright, so yeah, like Randall mentioned, I'm out 3 Johns, which is really sad.
It's fine, you have 2 Noras.
I do have 2 Noras. And I am out 3, so it's pretty likely to hit. Well, let's think. If I have Nora, and I hit a Brainstorm to grab John... John's base 4k, climax 5k, 7k, 9k, double buff to 9k. So I would need an extra 1,000 to kill the 1/1. Either way, though, I don't think I'm clocking this turn, so I'm just gonna start with the Brainstorm.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and play my Nora and play 1 tap South Brainstorm. Hit 2. Okay, that's 2 Johns.
No, not 2 Johns.
Alright, is Zwei on the board still? Maybe not.
Alright, if you play over him, it's like I killed him.
It's like you killed him! Actually, I could play over Nora, honestly. Because I have to. Randall saw me at 2. Alright, let's do some quick power calculations real quick. Obviously, I'm going to play the 2 Johns I got. If I play... so right now, I'm up to 9-5, assuming I reverse here. So I'll need an extra 500 somewhere. What if I do this? Put this here. And then do that.
What am I looking at?
And then do that.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, so this, I think, gives me the power needed to reverse all his stuff. 1,000 from Tai Yang, 1,000 from my climax, goes up to 6. 8k, 10k. So we'll tie here. But we'll also get all the reverses off. And tying is not that big of a deal. I think. I could also just push the John front row, but I think I can save him for a future turn if I want a climax combo again. 6, 8, 10. I think that's good enough for me.
Sure.
Unluckily, I couldn't keep the Nora, otherwise I can give an extra 500 to buff this, but since she is tapped and I want both of these in my back row, that is that.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's good for me. Gonna go ahead and play my 1k1. I'm going to assign 2 reverses here and 1 reverse here.
Yep.
Gonna go ahead and start off by... Let's see. I think I'm going to try to get a bit more selectivity. Or actually... So, the sooner I search, the more likely I am to trigger climaxes. And I think if my primary objective is to not trigger climaxes, I want to search as late as possible. So ideally, I would want to attack with this second then instead of first. And if I'm not attacking with this first, then this attacks first because he has to attack last or second. So I'm going to direct clear with Zwei first. 4-3.
Time to cancel.
Now you are going back, fairly compressed with 8 out. How many cards in hand?
5.
5? Okay. Not too shabby.
That first deck was much better than I could have ever imagined based off my
opening draws.
Yeah, but like before Mulligan, I was like, oh, this is doomed.
Because did you open like 3 climaxes or an opening hand and you just kept all of them?
Yep, I kept all 3, and then I ditched the other 2. For 3. Cancel.
Ooh. Okay, next I am going to front. I'm going to assign the 2k power he can give on anyone on attack to this John. And he's going to be attacking for 3.
1, 2, 3. Take 3.
Okay, so on reverse search 2.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the proper play would have been to assign 2 here and 1 here, since I know he doesn't have counters, but part of me was just still afraid of just any counter backupping up the fact that we are already tied. I'm going to go ahead and search out Pyrrha and a Crow.
Okay.
Here you are. And now, last but not least, I'm going to front here, assign power to himself. So, just double checking my math real quick. 4, 5, 6,000, 8,000, and 10,000 to himself. So 10 to 10 for 2.
Cancel.
Okay. I'll reverse search, and I'll search out my Amber. Here you go.
Why did this one have to attack last again?
Or
not first?
Oh, because he needs to get a double buff.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And
Okay.
then what was the search?
The search was for the level 0 Amber.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and discard the 3/2 for Encore.
Yep. All right, go.
Oh, actually, since we are reversed, I do get to use this.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll look at the top card. I'll put it on the bottom. And then I'll
And Encore.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Stand and draw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to.
Ooh, this does put him in a pretty good position to clock to 2 and then standby out 3s.
Yeah. Can I check your waiting room, please?
Yeah.
All right. So, is that a Blake early play?
It is a Blake early play here. Yep.
Okay. There's 1, 2 more in here. Haven't actually looked at your full list super close, so I don't remember if you run 3 or 4.
Yeah, I run 3 Blake.
Okay.
I run 3 Blake.
All right. So in that case, he'll have to get it out with like Brainstorm or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he has another choice in hand still, so that means that in his 2-card deck, there's probably just a Pants and then some clean card. Maybe if he cancels last card, then it could be a lot harder for him to potentially even think about early playing Blake on the next turn, because he might just have too many climaxes in waiting room. So I'm gonna clock Toka.
Okay.
And then we're gonna either level blue or yellow here. I think I'll just level blue. I already did get rid of that other Kotori, so draw 2. Okay, those are interesting draws. We're gonna move up our 2/2. I will play a Brainstorm, and we're gonna Brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And we miss. That's fine. After that, I'm going to play my Kotori Drop Search, who will allow us to top check to rearrange, make sure we're not triggering first attack standby.
The worst thing that can happen in standby decks. First attack standby just feels so bad.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that's 2 standbys.
God.
You know what's worse than 1 standby? Well, no. I mean, honestly, 2 standbys still better than 1 standby first trigger.
Dude, that just had to not be 2 standbys.
It's like Randall's like literally anything but 2 standbys.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I think what the plan here is, I'm gonna attack with this Toka first, so that I can move the second standby to 3rd card, so that I can more easily play it out, and then just forget about the first one. That'll be.
Ooh,
3D.
that's a good idea there. The Toka being able to activate her effect anytime you reverse a character.
Yep. So I think that's what we're gonna go for. I need to consider. Do I care about what can you potentially kill on the next turn? Well, if you're gonna play another John combo, then I think this 1/1 is just like not safe. So I think I'm gonna end up just buffing here. And then
I think putting all your eggs in that 2/2 basket is a good idea.
And then bringing out the 3/3 won't really, or the 3/2 Kotori won't really change much, I think.
It goes to 9. I mean, it could go to 11 if you wanted to, I guess.
Oh, you know what? I have an idea.
Yes.
Right. Okay, idea. So, the plan is I'm going to attack with here first, and then we'll do this, and then attack. This will be able to get over, and then when I trigger the standby on the third attack, I can play Kurumi here. And then the Kurumi will be in front of the Kotori, so it'll be big.
Very large.
So,
cool.
That's what we'll go with.
That's a plan.
Alright, so we're going to front here. This is probably going to cancel, but standby.
Yep.
And we'll standby out the 3/2 here.
As you surmised, do have a choice in hand. I do only have 1 pants.
Yeah. Oh, were there any money counters in waiting room?
Let's take a look. There is 1 money here, 1 money there.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going back with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then at least for this one, I'm pretty sure Mike only ran 2 money counter.
I do run 2 money.
Okay.
So he knows, based on my current hand, I don't have any Blake early plays. I don't have any money counters. Here you go.
Okay.
Refresh point. Oh, there it is.
It's back. Alright, so then I'll use my Toka's unreversibility, allowing me to top check to rearrange.
Joke's on him, it's another
There's
plan.
no
it's Joke's on him, it's a 3rd standby.
Okay.
Aww.
Alright, and then we'll front attack here. This is at 3/5 now.
Yep.
For 1.
1's good. And I do level. Colors. The only reason why I would want blue is if I want to early play at level 2. But it seems unlikely given I don't have any early plays right now. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and level red. We'll get blue later. We'll get blue later. In terms of red, I'm just gonna go ahead and level Apira.
Okay. And then third attack, direct, and this is the standby. We're gonna bring out the Kurumi over the Kotori.
Okay.
And this is gonna be for 3.
1, 2, 3. 3's good.
Okay, and you got blue.
Yep.
Okay, so given my hand, I think. So since I'm pretty sure he has another choice in hand, I think I'm actually, given my hand, going to try to just lock him out of getting any reverse anywhere ever. So I'm going to give the 1500 power here with the Toka.
Okay.
So this is going to be 9, 12, 5, 12, 5.
Alright, this leads me to believe that he drew a refresh counter his last turn. Which would be unfortunate. It makes me work a lot harder to try to get any reverses, but we'll see what we can do. Draw for turn. The alternative line of play is just to start crashing everywhere. We're most likely going to have to crash some lanes anyways, just because his board is just way too large.
That's what we like to hear.
But we can... Let's see. Ideally, I want to kill the Kurumi, because that is the most lethal high priority card on the board right now. But that is a whopping 13k.
12-5.
12-5. 12-5. Right, it's 10-5 base. Okay. Let's see. As it stands right now, my John goes up to 8k. So I just need 1 more John to go up to 10. But seeing as he gave power to the 1/1, I have a very sneaking suspicion he just does have a counter. So I'll need to account for that, and I need to go up to 12k, right? Because that's 9-5. Wait, that's 9k. So I need to go up to 10-5. No, 11-5. 11-5. Numbers are hard.
Just to tie.
11-5 to tie. And tying for me is quite alright. So 11-5, which means I need another John plus 500. Which basically means 2 Johns.
Is that worth for you? Because even then you would only be able to get 1 search off.
Well, not necessarily. Depending on the number of Johns I have.
I mean, like with 2 Johns, because like that's assuming that the attack.
Right. If I get to reverse, it would have to be through 3 Johns anyways. Assuming I get over counter, which would mean 2 reverses, which would not be too shabby. Our hand quality is a bit rough given the current situation. And I'm not sure I want to just bank on hitting brainstorms at the current point. So I think I'm going to clock here. Yeah, I'm gonna clock a brainstorm, to draw 2. Okay, next we're going to brainstorm with our Nora. It does whiff. Alright, if that's the case, I think it's time for some weenies.
It's time for the Krish Crash Splish Splash.
Yep. 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, John only needing to be able to secure one reverse to get multiple combos is really good until your opponent's entire board is massive.
Exactly. I mean, how hard do I want to dedicate trying to kill something, you know? That's the real big question here. Honestly, I think the idea of spending one more stock to get another try at brainstorming is probably worth the potential trade-off, especially since I did whiff on the first one. I'm only 1 out. I'm gonna try again. Well, yeah, I'll just play brainstorm like that. And brainstorm.
There it is.
Hit 2. Okay, we're in business. Alright. So if we want to kill his Kurumi, we can play the Glinda, and that just murders the Kurumi. And then we can also stack all the reverses onto the Kurumi. But do I want to pay 1 stock? That's the big question. Do I want to pay 1 stock to kill his Kurumi? And I think the answer is probably yes. That does force me into a really low econ game later on though, but I think we have to try to make a bad situation a slightly worse, a slightly better one. Anyways, if I don't kill his Kurumi, I feel like that could really bite me in the butt later on. Let's double check our power real quick. 10k, 12k, 14k, 15k to his 11.5 will be more than enough.
16 actually.
16, right, with the climax. Alright, let's explore the possibilities of being able to reverse 2 lanes. If I just lead the Glinda to her own devices, 10, 11, 12 to your 11.5, plus a John...
This is 12.5.
12.5, alright, 12.5. So I do need 2 to get a 15, right? Alright, let's spend 1 stock. So we'll start with these 2. Play 1 for Glinda, and then we'll play over our Brainstormer for our John. Play it like this, and then we'll go ahead and just put all the power on the Glinda, and then we'll sacrifice these 2 lanes.
Sounds fine to me. It means I also get a bunch of scries. So many scries.
Yeah. Unfortunately, so, but you know, that is just what Data Live does. When you play against Data Live, this is just what you have to deal with. 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, so it will be over. That's 9-5, so I can't get over that anyway. Yeah, okay.
9.
9.
But still.
Same. Yeah. 9, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's no way. Okay. Anything else I want to do with this board? No, I think we're good. So we're going to go ahead and play the choice, and then assign both of the on reverse effect to the Glinda. And then we'll go ahead and... we're going to front here either way, so I'll let him front here first, just so he, you know, he doesn't get to top check into his draw. So I'll front, assigning 2,000 power here, for 3.
1, 2, 3. Cancel.
Oh, these last card cancels are killing me.
Between the 2 effects, I'm going to do the scry first.
Yep.
Okay, we're just gonna... And then the top check to rearrange. And we'll switch the order.
So he leaves it on top and switches the order, which makes me believe he has Climax on 2nd card. Which is annoying because that kind of forces me to front if I want to get rid of that Climax. I think that's what we have to do anyways. So I'll front, giving 2,000 power here. And that's for choice. I'm going to go ahead and choice a... Choice a level 2 Cinder.
Sure. And as you surmised,
Yep,
second
cancel
card
on 2.
cancel, and then I get to scry once again.
Yep.
Put that on the bottom.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and front. Glinda is
16.
16k. Another choice. Okay, I'll go ahead and choice Neo into stock.
1, 2, cancel.
Oh my goodness. Alright, search 2.
Yeah, can I check your waiting room while you search?
Yeah, of course.
So Mike has 3 choices out there, 3 more climaxes here. The 2 remaining climaxes are the empty choice and a pants. So I could potentially play with the thought that he might have the last pants in his hand.
So right now, my decision here is to search 2. There's a lot of targets that I might want to get here. But I have to play with the idea that I might be going to level... that I most likely will be going to level 3 next turn. And if that's the case, I probably want these 2. Just so... like, these 2 can lead me towards, like, maybe more of these. And I think I need these to be able to push more damage. So I'm just going to search 2 combos.
Sure.
Okay, there you go. And then I am overhand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gonna discard a choice.
Okay, so that means you have at most 1 left in deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's entirely possible that I make you level up before refresh. I'm actually going to 3 stock the Kurumi.
Okay.
Let her stick around. I don't need too much stock going into...
Right, and also does help you pay out that 3 stock pretty efficiently.
Yeah, so I'll draw for turn. Not a bad card to see. I can just afford to clock here. Clock the Yoshino.
Mm-hmm.
So, given my current deck state, I'm out 7 already. There's 1 left in my deck, and I want to get it out. And I think the best way to do it is to play Brainstorm, and then Brainstorm tapping the back rows.
Okay.
This potentially gets me a search, and if not, it gets me a standby trigger. And I can guarantee the standby trigger by attacking with this first, and then putting the standby on top.
Yeah, and he already knows what the bottom card is, so.
Yeah. And then I do just hit.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go ahead and search, and I'm going to... okay. How much do I want to like super defend my board right now?
Okay, can check with you. Okay. 1,
Forgot about this was on the bottom. So.
2 Kurumis.
Hmm.
And no refresh counter inside, so.
Let's grab the 1-0.
I'm 100% sure he has refresh counter in hand now, compared to the 99% earlier.
All right, we're gonna do this.
All right, that Kurumi's probably not dying.
Positioning. I do want the 2/2 to be attacking the 1/1 so that I can make use of the effect.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to be attacking with her last, so that we can actually manipulate some cards after I refresh.
Right. You know the last 2 cards are clean already, so.
Yeah. As far as the order of the others, I want the Kurumi level 3 to attack first because I want the opportunity to try to get him to refresh.
Right.
With 6 more garbage cards from his level up. So we're going to direct for 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3 is good, and these garbage cards are going back in with my refresh.
All right, mission accomplished.
I'll level my Roman.
Okay. And then the direct attack here for 2.
Okay. 1, 2, refresh with 5. I think the climax being on the last card is not doing me any favors. Because I get just 1 less climax back in my deck because it doesn't go back with the others.
It also means 1 less climax that you can actually pick up for combo.
Exactly, because I only do run 3 of these. Go ahead.
You do run a climax swapper though, so that could come in handy.
Refresh.
Alright, and then I'm also refreshing.
Yep.
So yeah, all 8 back. Refresh point. And then we're going to front attack with our Toka. This is going to be for 2.
Okay, 1 cancel.
And then with her on reverse effect, I can top check to rearrange. Doesn't matter. We'll do that.
Okay, and then I'm going to discard Amber to hand on core.
Okay, and then with the power, we'll give everything right here.
Okay, so 10, 5, 12, 5, 14, 15, 5?
Yeah.
15, 5, counter up to 18. I'm not killing that. I think even with the most optimistic board of like a bunch of Johns and Glinda, it like doesn't even get there, but I'm not even going to be playing a bunch of Johns anyway, so that Kumi is going to live. And... yay. Okay, so... let's consider what our goals for this turn are. I think in order to just try to get more damage on play, we're going to have to try to dig for our climax combo and play it. The Glinda can probably get some work done on the Toka, or at least force him to counter there. But if I'm going to be playing 2 Blakes, the Glinda's probably just going here then, and then I'll have the 2 Blakes here, just so they're a bit more sticky and they can try to live on the next turn. But I don't think I'm clocking regardless, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. For the sake of trying to go through my deck as fast as possible, because I'm already out 1, 2, 3, 4, and for just a better chance of top checking into my pants, I'm going to play a character first. So I'll go ahead and play my Weiss Schwarz, and then I'll go ahead and play my Blake. On play, top check 5. Oh, interesting. I add this and discard these.
Hope you have Crow.
I'm on some copium right now. Okay. So I'm let's see, 5.
So this is where you use Blake's combo to mill too, right?
It might just have to come down to that, honestly. It just might. I'm also considering a line where, since the Toka is just 1/5, I keep the Wise around, and then I get blind stock. Honestly, that seems pretty appealing. And the Glinda really isn't killing anything that the Blake can't kill already. Alright, goodbye, Glinda. Play my second Blake. You know, despite the fact that, you know, we did trigger a bunch last turn, the triggering choice was ideal, since I did get 2 extra stock to work with. So it's kind of like a double-edged dagger there. We'll go one at a time, just to, you know, in case I change my mind, but I most likely will just go all 5.
Alright, where's Uncle Crow?
Go ahead and add that, and discard these. Thankfully, no more climaxes that he can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out. The 7th in my hand. And we have a fat stack of deck left.
Yeah.
But
I feel like the indication of whether or not you have Crow is whether or not you brainstorm here.
right.
Or Taiyang. Either one. Actually, I think Taiyang's better than...
Taiyang is most likely better just because, you know, I'm already out 6.
Yeah.
Plus the 7 in my hand that he knows I have, because like the first top check 5 will like 100% tell Randall that I got a pants.
Yeah, you showed 3 climax, or you showed 2.
I showed a pants and a choice, and then top check 5. So
yeah.
Okay. Let's think. So the Toka is
12-5.
a big 12/5, which is annoying. So like, if he really wants to, you know, deny me from using Crow, if I do have it, it's like, this will not get a guaranteed reverse. If this gets reversed, you can just side it anyways. So I think the safest play regardless is probably just try to mill. So if I brainstorm and Tai Yang, and then attack with Blake, I can mill through the rest of my deck pretty easily. But at what cost, right? At what cost? That is a lot of resources.
Check deck size?
Yeah.
So let's see. If you were to mill 2 on Blake both times, that would go through 3 and then 3 and then 1 attack for the last one, and you have 7 left. Yeah, so Brainstorm plus Taiyang is actually needed to get through the entire rest of the deck.
I think it's also reasonable that I just side here with the Toka against the Toka, because it is a level 2 and it'll help me guarantee 1 point of damage at least, and also keeps my Blake around, so he can't avoid fronting to me forever. Is this the line then? I just forego the stock, and then I think I'll do that and then play a Pyrrha, so that saves me 1 stock.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Yeah.
How many cards in hand though?
I have 5 cards in hand.
Okay.
Okay, so assuming the worst case scenario, I trigger 3, Pyrrha's for 3. I think I'm always brainstorming here. Or I'm at least using one of these effects for sure. I just need to count the number of cards to see whether or not I can just afford to Tai Yang over brainstorm.
If you Taiyang, you get left with 1 in deck.
With this,
assuming
I double mill with all Blakes.
Or
right?
not 1. You get left with 2 in deck if you Taiyang.
Attack 3 times, Pyrrha 3, Tai Yang 3, double mill with Blake, and I'm left with 2.
Yeah.
So if I brainstorm, I'm left with 1. And if I brainstorm, I also get the very slight chance I get a second to my last climax here, I guess. But either way, since this math comes out to, if I tie in, I get left with 2, assuming I mill with all my Blakes, I'm just gonna brainstorm.
Yeah, I like brainstorm here.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, hit! All right, that's more than we could have asked for. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another Blake for our next turn. We have to play assuming we have a next turn, and our next turn, we want to find more climaxes. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my Blake. And I think the game, yeah. So right now this is all clean, so we're just gonna be attacking 3 times. The Pyrrha's gonna mill 3, and then the Blakes are gonna mill 2 each, and that's going to leave us with exactly 1 card left in deck. Game plan on.
Sounds good.
1k1. So I'm first going to, let's see, attack order does matter here, because if I crash with the Pyrrha, he gets to scry first. So I think I want to do that last. I'm gonna front, and then top check is 2.
Here, I'll get that out. That's
all right. What about the second one? I'll leave that there. Top check my 2. I'll mill both, since we know the rest of our deck is clean.
Yep.
Trigger for 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hey! Let's go!
Okay. Man, we are in a tough spot.
Well, we can start here.
Yeah, 500 here, which puts us at 12.5 to us 12.5. The question is, do we want to save the Blake for defense, or do we want to just try to front for offense? Let's see. If I side here, I go back with 1 less card, which makes me more likely to cancel. If I side here, she's going to be 10k on defense and
dies for free.
Because he does have Victory support up already. I think I do just need to start pushing damage because he's at 2-2. Yeah, I'll front.
Okay. So mine first.
Get rid of this one.
Okay.
And then I'll mill my 2.
Yep.
We'll trigger it for 3.
And I will use a counter.
Okay.
For 3. Take the 3.
Alright, we did some damage.
And then I get to use both of my effects. So we'll start with the back row first.
Yep.
Bottom. And then top check to rearrange. Okay.
Okay, lastly, I'm going to just go ahead and front with my Pyrrha for 2.
And that will cancel.
Okay. On reverse, Pyrrha top checks up to 3. I'm going to go ahead and add another Blake.
Wow, another Blake.
And then I'm going to discard the Amber. And then she'll go to memory since I have 2 less memory.
And then my on reverse effect, since I get to use the Toka again.
Yep.
Put this on the bottom.
Okay, and that's going to do it for me. Here we go.
Okay. Cards in hand?
5.
Okay. Can I check waiting room, please?
Yep.
Do still want to check for crows. Uncle Crow?
Uncle Crow?
Where? Okay.
Okay.
No está aquí.
No está aquí.
Alright, draw for turn.
No está en el room de waiting.
That's a draw. Huh. That's a draw. No clock. I'm gonna early play Toka since I have 4 characters. And that'll allow me to heal 1. And she gains 2k cross turn on play. Let's move some things. Let's see. So this is 2, 3, 3. And you're out.
Yeah, out all late.
At this point, I'm so far ahead, I can't possibly see this going wrong. So I'm going to play standby, bring out another Kurumi.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with a direct here for 3. I want to attack with my 2/2 Toka second so that I can, if Mike lives, potentially use the on reverse ability to rig my top card for the trigger here. So this is going to be for 4.
4? Okay. Alright, needless to say, I need to cancel. But we'll see. There you go. 4 damage. 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're dead.
Uh-oh.
This is not good.
Alright, so this is a
Refresh point.
This is a 12/5 front.
Yep.
For 2, 3, and I mean this is just always better than the healer. So we'll bring out another 2/2, and this is for 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're just dead. Oof. Yeah, that game snowballed quite out of control when
it was
when
going...
he did data live things and just started canceling a bunch.
Yeah, honestly, like the really big thing was like these cancels.
The cancel on 3 and the
4s.
cancel on 4. I was like, oh, can't deal with that. Yeah, because I can deal with this deck can deal with big boards for like 1 to 2 turns, but not continuously. So when he starts setting up his really big boards as well as canceling, there's this deck really has an uphill battle to fight against.
Yeah, especially without early plays.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It was also a thing where I might have needed to consider searching when the turn before I got to level 3. I might have needed to consider searching for the Blake and a Cinder, just to try to fight for board more. But I don't think the power lines would have worked out quite as well. I mean,
You would have.
I think I could have been able to secure more reverses for sure, but maybe like 1 reverse at most.
Yeah.
Out of counter range, and based on my intel, I'm pretty sure he had just 2 refresh counters in his hand.
Yeah, I actually drew both of them at the same time.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, because when he did his first refresh, he had both counters out, and then your play where you gave the 1/1 Kurumi power made me think you had a refresh counter, and then after that, when I was checking for your next refresh, you didn't have any, so I was pretty sure, since you only had 1 stock here, I knew what that was, and you had like 2 cards here, and you didn't search out a refresh counter. I'm pretty sure you had 2. So I think that line of like the fact that you had 2 in hand made me pretty unconfident in being able to grab Cinder to try to get over things, because I don't think it would have worked out very well regardless. And I didn't have any Blakes in my hand anyway, so I think I just needed to grab more Blakes to try to push for more damage. But regardless, I don't think that was a game that was very favored after like turn 2 or 3, unfortunately. But that's just sometimes the way things go against Data Live. If they get up their board and they get a good refresh, they're going to start canceling very well due to the combination of 2/2 Toka and 1/0 Toka. But yeah.
Pretty much like the thing that could like most go wrong against Data Live is they cancel your first attack, because like the first one is the one that's not influenced by like the top checks and the scries and whatnot.
Right.
So that's like your best chance of dealing damage. And then not only did they get canceled, they were like 3s and 4s and got canceled like last cards. So.
Right. And then based on the like, for example, one prominent example there of like how him being able to influence his top cards made me like have to use different decisions. Like for example, there was a turn when I had 2/1/1 Johns and the 1/1,
and then I had the climax on top, and then I swapped it to the bottom. So it's like,
alright, so it was like this, and then like 2 of these, and then based on the actions of his scries and top checks, I knew that if I sided for the John here for 1, the Glinda would cancel on the 2, and I was already really far behind in damage, so I think I just needed to push for the 2, get him to scry again, and then try to hope that Glinda sticks for the 2. Which, it's either you're dealing 1 damage, or you're dealing like no damage, or you're dealing 0, 1, or 2.
Yeah.
And neither, it was all pretty unattractive.
Yeah.
But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that game showcase featuring the Choice Pants RWBY deck.
Yeah. If anything, we did get to showcase the power of John Glinda, which is just like you get to enormous numbers that can contest these standby decks, but the thing that really wasn't favorable for him was me being able to make my entire board big, because Glinda with a bunch of Johns, like you're able to get super huge on like 1 lane, maybe like 2, because like 1 John can buff himself, maybe get to around like 7 or 8k, but then past that.
Right. The fact that he refreshed into level 2 and then being able to stand by out both a really big body in the 3/2 Kurumi as well as the 3/2 Kotori, it made it so that I probably just was not going to be able to get good reverses for the rest of the game, especially bad cut by counters.
Yeah.
But normally speaking, you like I mentioned, you do have 1 or 2 turns where you can just very comfortably get Glinda up to the likes of 12, 14, 15k power. But after that, you will have to work a bit on reversing opponents' stuff, and that's where the level 2 Cinder and then your early play Blade comes in, if you can prep for those. Okay, this has been another gameplay video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.